On one hand, you have Nirbhaya, the accused, still escaping the clutches of law. On the other hand, you have another rape accused, Nithyananda, who's away. And there's some big news coming in on that front. There seems to be a big setback for self-styled godman Nithyananda. The Karnataka High Court has cancelled Nithyananda's bail. Nithyananda to forfeit bond furnished for his bail. The High Court has ordered police to arrest Nithyananda. Lenin had moved the High Court seeking cancellation of Nithyananda's bail, and Nithya, as you know it, is facing sexual assault case in RAMANAGARA court. Not too long ago, we had told you as to how the police had in fact gone ahead and said that they cannot issue a notice against Nithyananda because he is quote-unquote on a spiritual tour. That's the kind of line that at least the Karnataka police has told previously when it comes to Nithyananda, and now it seems as though the police and the authorities need to pull their socks up. We are saying this because the man himself has had a big setback at this point in time. The Karnataka High Court has cancelled his bail. It is on this very bail that he had obtained freedom and utilized the same and fled the country. He's accused of really manhandling women at his ashram and not treating them the right way. Again, coming back to you, Dhananjay, this is another very peculiar case. We just spoke about Nirbhaya. On the other hand, you have Nithyananda, rape accused. He's on the run. At this point in time, he faces arrest for rape. And you have the cops here, very lackadaisical attitude. And on the other hand, the High Court, at this point in time at least, appears as though it is moving forward. And they have cancelled the bail. Do you think it is too little too late at this point in time?
Absolutely. Nithyananda his mommy is making a mockery of the judicial system in India. And I also must say that the judicial system itself is making a mockery of its own powers and procedures.
Indeed.
This man is supposed to have fled India sometime in June 2018. And in February 2020, the courts realized that, oh my God, he might not even be within our jurisdiction. That will tell you that the judiciary in India has now become the laughing stock of the whole world. When he fled the country, what business did he have to address the court and say that please grant me further bail and so on and so forth? The way the system works is, he was facing a trial for rape. Now, in that trial, he was supposed to enter appearance every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and the case was being adjourned for every 3 weeks or 2 weeks. And on each of those occasions, he was getting, we don't know whether he was instructing his lawyers, but then his lawyers were telling the court that he is sitting in this samadhi, he is sitting in that samadhi, we need more time and all that nonsense. And it's so very unfortunate that the court kept on granting exemption from personal appearance. Now, that will tell you that if a man is not even there in India and he's fled the jurisdiction, what business did he have, or what business his lawyers had to address the court and say that they have received an instruction, he is within the jurisdiction, he would answer the court, but for now he can't attend the court. This is all, the only country where such a rot could happen, I think, is in India. It makes no sense whatsoever. For a year and a half, the police and the judicial authorities did not even know that he was not available in India. That's really very sorry state of affairs. And you were very right when you said it was too late and too little. What does it matter now that the bail has been cancelled? I think credible reports say that he is not even in India. He's somewhere in the Caribbean.
Correct.
So it would be necessary for the courts and then the police to now get into those elaborate...
In fact, Dhananjay, if I could, again, apologies to interrupt you, but can you believe it? This man apparently is out there in the Caribbean running his own nation. He's got different ministries and he's getting funds as well. And he apparently has followers too. It's called Kailasa, I'm sure you've heard of it. And isn't it showing a mirror to the Indian judiciary that such a person who's facing arrest back home is able to go out there in the Caribbean and chill, carry out his lifestyle?
Very true. And, the problem is he was there while his judicial system, in the sense, in the court, it is being shown as if he is available in India, but he is not able to move, he is not able to personally visit the court because the way it works is he is a prime accused in a rape trial. And every 2 or 3 weeks, the rape trial would come up before the court. And the requirement under the law is he should be personally present because when the prosecution is going to put forth their evidence, they are going to put forth their evidence to incriminate him. So it is important for him to be personally present in the trial court and then to deal with the evidence that is against him.
So are you saying that unless and until he is present in the court premises and really taking those questions, things will not move forward?
Well, the way it works is, on each of those occasions, the court is given an application saying that this man is sitting in some samadhi and he is within India, and then the court says, okay, he is being exempted. Does it make any sense? If he fled India in June 2018, he had no business to address the court. If you escape the jurisdiction of the court, you have no business to address the court and say that I am within the court, I am doing this or that, give me a bail. I mean, this is fraud of the first order. And it's so very unfortunate that the court, is a victim here. It's a judicial system that's a victim of this man's fraud. That is not the way the things work. If he has fled the jurisdiction, then his lawyers are required to report to the court that they can no longer trace him. And that is when the police will step in and what needs to be done will be done. But for a year and a half, everybody pretended as if he is still within the jurisdiction of India, when in fact he left India, we believe now, a year and a half ago. And, I think this can happen only in India. Nowhere else in the world does it happen. And the High Court now realizing belatedly that, oh my God, this man might not be here or there and we'll cancel his bail. So what? I'm very sure he will be laughing and smiling at it. His bail is cancelled. What does it essentially mean? He's anyway out of India, no? What does it matter whether his bail is intact or whether his bail is cancelled? If he's fled the jurisdiction, then he is not answerable to the courts of India. So the courts of India will have to get him. Now, whatever country that he is in may not have an extradition agreement with India. So it might not be that easy that India might have, again,
it's planned. He's planned it so well, you see. Mr. Dhananjay, that's what it looks like. But again, you're an advocate yourself, representing the Supreme Court at the Supreme Court, and your voice, your words really sum it up as to what really is required in the Indian judiciary going forward. Nithyananda continues to escape the clutches of law. Many thanks, Dhananjay, for joining us on both the stories that we're tracking this hour.